What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys on the Asus G15 Advantage, and today we're going to do Gotham Knights again, but at 1440p, and I think that's where we'll stop, because it was already struggling to stay above 60 with decent settings on 1080p. I know we get a small performance boost, but I don't know if that'll be enough to help it. We'll see how it runs, and then I'll make my decision at the end, but I was thinking about just cutting out ultra-wide and 4K. I don't think it's going to run good on either one of those, even on low. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and hop into the game. I got to remember to go grab my iPad, though, to use as a timer, and I got to open up OBS and make sure it's on the right resolution. One time I had it on ultra-wide for normal, normal 1440p, and man, that did not turn out well. Had to redo the whole video. But you guys never do that, because it didn't tell you till now. But I'll still do that. I'm not going to just throw crap up and be like, oh, well, I don't feel like redoing it. Nope. If you mess up, you gotta fucking redo it. That's just how it works. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and get into the game.
All right, let's start off our 1440p adventure now. Start off on low, as we've done with the rest of the systems. Well, I say the rest of the systems, there's just Steam Deck in this one so far. But yep, here we go. Low. All right. Now we got to the bottom. Let's go hop into the game for the first time and see how low does. Well, here we are, starting off on low. Now, I am using OBS, so we are going to lose a little FPS. Which is why I'm glad I'm going to be doing a little camera at the end. Now, wow, that guy got hit in the fucking head. Oops, sorry about that, guy. Anyway. Now, I'm not going to go through all the settings on camera. But we'll at least get a little camera at the end with what I would use for settings. Nope, it won't let me climb on the damn train. I want to ride the train for free. Damn you. You're no fun, game. That's a very useful gauntlet. It keeps us from dying. Because I tend to like to jump off of high places in this game a lot. Well, the CPU is definitely getting more of a workout now. And it's getting up to more 95, 96 like it usually does. Anyway, though, this was a good spot to stop and move on, so let's go to the next graphics setting. Alright, medium time. And I did turn anything up to FXAA, as you've noticed. And that's the bottom. So, let's go back into the game. Well, now we've upped the graphics to medium, so let's run around now. And at least medium doesn't even really look that bad. I mean, low made the ground look like absolute ass, but at least now it looks pretty much, in my opinion, just about as good as it does like when we're on maxed. Or highest, as this game likes to be called. Oh, are there people over here I can fight? I almost never find those. Let's go fuck them up. Fuck it. I'd fight more people if I found them, but I almost never find anybody besides cops.
Down and out.
Oh. No, I'm not gonna let you throw that. If you threw that, you would have lit on fire too. Game over.
All that fighting. Huh.
What do we got in here? Cool. Alright, finally found one fight. That'll probably be the only fight we ever do in the entire fucking, like, series of videos I'm doing on this game. It's really hard to find people. I don't know if I'm just, like, doing it wrong or what. But with Batman, I could run around like this, like any of the other Batman games. I'd find like a million people to fight, you know? Anyway, let's move on to the next graphics setting. Well, now we're going to go and turn the graphics up to high now, so we're going to scroll through as we always do. And we got anything on TAA Gen 4 now too. So why don't we go hop on into the game. This is high settings now. So let's just go around again. Nope, doing the same thing. This is about the same time on my 1080p gameplay where it started dropping under 60 quite a bit, down in the low 50s. So even though we do get a performance boost from playing on an external monitor, it's just not enough. We still pretty much equal out to about the same performance as we were getting before on this particular game, it seems. Or hell, for all I know, maybe the CPU in this thing is just holding it back, just like with the Steam Deck. I don't know. Maybe for whatever reason, even though this game's not that best looking, maybe it just requires just a beastly GPU. And to like play at 4K, and that's like the only way you can like get decent frames. I don't know. But I think the secondary computer does pretty good too, as you guys will see once I upload that video and actually make it. I haven't even gotten to making them yet. I'm just doing voiceovers. I usually like to get all the voiceovers done, then I start editing. And I haven't been pressed for time anymore, but back when I was pressed for time and being like, oh shit, there's only like 2 days left before like I have nothing scheduled, I'd like get all 3 of my computers going, making videos. Yeah. That's what I thought. Anyway, let's just keep running down the street. Well, actually, no. It's about time for us to move on. So we'll go up here and move on to the next graphics set. Well, now on to highest preset here. So, of course, we have to cruise through, and we have TA on Gen 5 now. Don't know how much of a difference that actually makes, but I figured it's only right to put it up to its highest setting if we're going to highest quality settings, right? So now, let's go see how it does. Well, now we're on highest. But since we were on just high and dropping under 60, we already know this is going to drop under 60, but from what I've noticed, it doesn't seem to be that much worse, usually. Still atrocious frame times, especially stutters every now and again, but that's not the laptop stuttering. That's mostly the game's fault. Well, I say mostly, but it is the game's fault. And I know that because I did it on the secondary computer and my primary computer, just to a lesser extent, because I'm getting higher FPS than I'm getting here. So it looks a lot better, but it still definitely has frame time, little like stutters and whatnot.
Didn't have to go through that rigmarole.
Rigmarole. All the rigmarole. But alright, let's move on to the next setting. Now it is time to do ray tracing, so this is probably not going to go well as it didn't on 1080p. I don't know why it would do better on 1440p, as the rest seem to be pretty much similar. But still, we're going to try it just to be thorough, and we're leaving the game completely maxed out beyond, or besides that, just like we did at 1080p. So with that, let's get into the game now. Here we go, ray tracing now. And yeah, it still gets into the low 30s. And then 40s a lot. So pretty similar to how it was at 1080p. Although I will say it's hanging out in the 40s more in the 30s on here. So this part actually might be a little bit better at 1440p. I'd have to go back and look though before I make that claim and go yes for 100% fact. Little mini Empire State Building over here.
You want to find a new place?
I don't want to, but probably.
Alright, though. Let's move on to FSR now. Now we're going to do FSR. So we're going to start off on quality. And this is FSR 2, which is nice. And we'll just work our way down the FSRs. Leaving the game maxed out besides that, though. But alright, to the game we shall go. Alright, we got FSR on quality now, so let's get a little gameplay with it on. It didn't really help much at 1080p.
Stay away.
No, I'm gonna keep circling around you. Haha, circle around you, there's nothing you can do. Alright, let's move on.
Whoa, is that a real vigilante?
Yeah, it is. I'm so real, I'm gonna circle around you too. And fire these guns! Oh shit, I shot you in the foot. Sorry, bro. Dude, sorry, I'm so new at this. I'm such a vigilante, I keep accidentally shooting you. You better run away now. Because I'm like crazy. Crazy vigilante, as they say. You have a right to kiss my ass. Run away, civilian. Oh no. They actually hit me with it. No, I'm not. You are. No, I'm just gonna peace out. Fuck you guys. I helped the civilian out. He peaced out. No reason to fight you now. And now we can move on. Alright. Moving on to FSR Balanced. We gotta go through these settings right quick here. Not too many to go through though. Look at that, already at the bottom. So, with that, let's get back into the game and see how it does on balance. FSR Balanced now. Let's get some gameplay in. We still drop about the same as we did without it, so it doesn't really help much in this game, at least on these lower resolutions. It might help on the ultra-wide and the 4K, but only time will tell. And the only difference is those are DLSS, and DLSS has always worked better in my opinion, and from what I've seen. I'm sure there's some things FSR is better at, like being, you know, everyone can use it, including old school GPUs from NVIDIA that don't meet the requirements to use DLSS, you know, like a 1000 series, for example. 1080 Ti can go use FSR if it wants to. Shoot your car. And now, I zipline away.
You want to find a new place? Feels like I just moved in. Well, I should. Where were you thinking of?
Vigilantes are cops. Makes no difference to me. What's Red Hood doing around here?
Whatever the fuck I want. Alright, let's move on though. Well, now we're going to do FSR Performance. But first, of course, we must get through all these settings, so let's get through them real quick. Alright, bottom means it's game time. Now let's get in a little FSR Performance gameplay. Which, right off the bat, we're already dropping down to the low 40s, so off to a great start. But no, it just seems like this is still too low of a resolution for FSR to help us out too much in this particular game. Obviously, there are games where it can help us out. Heck, there's games where it's helped out on the Steam Deck, even though that resolution's puny. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Everybody flee! I have guns. Oh my god is right. Oh, I ran into a frickin' thing. Fuck you. That's what you get. You get shot now. You damn meter. Anyway, let's move on to the last FSR, shall we? Well, alright. This is going to be FSR Ultra Performance. And then we'll be done with the FSRs, and then we can do my settings. And alright, now to the game. FSR Ultra Performance now. And yep, it still looks pretty damn trashy.
Anything you say and
Now I'm over here.
I'll get a bonus for taking you down.
Damn, stop throwing those at me.
You're under arrest. Any got Red Hood again.
Oh no.
No more running.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over here now.
You better give yourself up.
Oh shit.
Don't want to do this.
Yeah, they got me good. I couldn't move. Oh well, I guess let's move on then. Right, now we're gonna have to have a quick look at my settings. Sat here and just fiddled with them a little bit. And we got texture on high again, and I left everything else on medium this time. Oh, besides shadow. Shadow's gonna be on low. I don't care that much about shadows in a really dark game, you know? Anyway, let's get to the game. Alright, now let's get my settings a try here. We still drop under 60 from time to time, but I think I've done a pretty good job of making the game look pretty good and run alright. Yeah, I'd like a little more FPS in it for never drop under 60, but you can't always get what you want.
A little over the top. So that's Red Hood.
Damn right it is.
So that's the big one.
I want to see who they catch next.
Alright though, let's go ahead and move along.
Well, alright guys, let's get a little camera gameplay. Same exact settings as before, so no point in showing those settings again. But now let's just zip around the city a little bit without recording or anything. That way we can see how it does. Still drops down like it did on 1080p down in the 50s sometimes, especially while you're ziplining around, it seems, but it's still a lot better than while recording. Especially when we're running down the street. I think we were barely over 60. We're getting like 10-ish FPS more, it seems. I'm doing this. It's a shame I can't, like, shoot my guns in midair while I'm doing that. That'd be so fun. And away I go. I love getting into shenanigans in this game. That's right, you're not like ever allowed to get on cars in this game, which is lame. I tried to ride a train around, it didn't let me. Tried to ride a bus around, it didn't let me. No free rides in this town. But frame times are still all over the damn place. Now this would probably be the kind of game to try to like V-Sync to 60 if you can't help it. That might smooth out a little, but I still think we're going to get lots of frame time spikes, and that's the game's fault, not the laptop's fault. So the GPU never gets like fully utilized much. It might just not need to be, but I don't know. Although I got my answer with the Steam Deck anyway. Even if this thing was hitting 2400 megahertz, apparently it wouldn't give me more FPS somehow. At least that's what the Steam Deck told me. I was getting like 30 FPS in this game, and it was only at like 900 megahertz on the GPU, so I did that thing to force it to 1500 or whatever, and it didn't increase the FPS whatsoever. So just increasing the clocks doesn't always help, especially if the game's unoptimized like this game still is. But it's gotten dramatically better. I can't deny that. So they at least did something. I'm hoping they'll just keep making it better and better. Though I wished it came out like great from the factory. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of tired of people releasing like just games that just are trash at the beginning and like don't even work properly, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, no, we'll get to it later." I mean, Cyberpunk, even though I like that game a lot, is one of the worst offenders. And yeah, apparently there's lots of... Or I've heard there's performance problems with the Pokemon game, and I've seen a bunch of like bad frame rate drops and shit, but apparently Danielle's got it, and it must have gotten updated already or something, because she says it's not really that bad. Like, yeah, there's some slowdowns here and there, and some bugs, definitely, but it's not... Her FPS on her Switch isn't tanking as much as I was seeing on other people's. Well, maybe it's just where you are in the game. You know, just like with this game, you can be someplace where you're getting 90 FPS, sometimes you're getting like 70 FPS, so... I'm running around getting fucking data. That's what I'm doing. But alright. I think that's probably good enough, so why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys. That is a wrap for Gotham Knights on the Asus G15 Advantage. After what I saw at 1440p, I feel like that's where I would draw a line on this game. Like, unless you're okay with 30 FPS, it'll probably, if you mess with the settings enough, it'll probably do 30 FPS on ultra-wide and 4K on this laptop, if you're alright with that. But that's not my idea of a good time, so we'll just skip those. Unless somebody really, really wants me to do those ones as well, then I will, of course. But I figured, why waste time if no one's going to really want to do it and if it doesn't run very good, you know? So, instead, we'll move on to the secondary computer and see how that does, which hopefully a lot better than before, but we'll see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video, and until the next one, peace out, guys.